Let's have a look at how to find a missing side length using the cosine law. If you haven't seen it already, cosine law looks like this. C squared equals to a squared plus b squared minus 2ab times cosine of c. And none of this is going to mean anything until we label our side length. So if I have angle A here, this side length will be little a, this side length will be little b, and this side length will be little c. And I kind of made it easier in that I'm looking for side length C and everything is already set up with A, B, and C. But before we do anything, let's have a look. How do I know that I can actually use cosine law in this example? Well, I have two known sides and an angle between them that's known as a contained angle. And when you have two known sides and a contained angle, that's a telltale sign that you can use cosine law to find the missing side. Otherwise, you can probably use the sine law. Okay, so now that I have everything set up, let's plug everything into the equation. Now, luckily, my c squared is already isolated, and that is the side length that I'm looking for. But if you're not sure how to set it up with different letters or look for different side lengths, I can do that in a separate video. So let's just plug everything in for now. So the c squared is already isolated, and now a squared is 16 squared plus b squared, that's 12 squared, minus 2 times a, 16, times b, 12, times cosine of 40 degrees. Now, as you're starting out, I actually want you to write everything out separately following the rules of BEDMAS. So 16 squared is 256, plus 12 squared, that is 144. And if I type in 2 times 16 times 12 times cos 40 into my calculator, 2 times 16 times 12 times cosine of 40, and make sure that you are in degrees over here, and we get 294.16. I'm just going to leave it to two decimal places. So 256 plus 144 minus 294.16, and then put that all together. So I'm going to have 256 plus 144 minus 294.16, and that gives me 105.84. Okay, so a lot of people, they just stay right here. They forget to take the final step. In order to find your side length C, obviously it's not going to be 105.84 when my other side lengths are 12 and 16. So what I need to do is I need to take the square root of this number that I just got. C is equal to square root of 105.84. And when I take the square root of the answer, I get that C is equal to 10.28. I'm just going to round it to 10.3. And if my question has units in it, my answer should have the same units, 10.3 meters. And that number makes sense to put in there. And that's it. That's how you use the cosine law. And now in the next few videos, we'll look at how to use the cosine law when you're not set up as ABC, also how to find the angle, as well as why most people get the wrong answer when using the cosine law. See you next time.